Hello, Potato, and welcome to Weekend Magic for January the 22nd, 2022. A lot of twos in there. So we're going to do something a little bit different this week. Normally, I just look at new things. We do have one new thing to look at. But this week, I want to revisit last week's video, where we looked at some of the Disney World 50th anniversary pops, including Cinderella Castle and Mickey Mouse Pop Town number 26 in this massive, massive box. And I commented that now I had Funko Pops of both Cinderella Castle and Sleeping Beauty Castle, because we have the Sleeping Beauty Castle and Walt Pop from the 50th anniversary. Now somebody commented, first of all, they set me straight as to why there's no Matterhorn Pop for Walt Disney World. They don't have the Matterhorn. They have just Expedition Everest. I knew Expedition Everest existed. I just wasn't aware that the Matterhorn didn't. Although I guess in thinking about it, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to have two Snowy Mountain themed roller coasters probably very near each other in the park. But the other thing this person pointed out to me was that that is not Cinderella Castle. That is in fact Sleeping Beauty Castle with a different paint job. And I thought, well, that's interesting. We should revisit that. So I went and got out Sleeping Beauty Castle and Walt Disney Pop Town number 20 from the 65th anniversary collection. And the first thing that leaps out at me is, because I commented on that, how this box was large and maybe unnecessarily so. And it is. Yeah, it's like twice the size of what is essentially the same pop from a couple years ago. Totally unnecessary, but at first look, my thought is, well, no, they're not the same castle. That one looks bigger. But if you look at the packaging, this is basically flush with the floor of the box, which is also, again, a much smaller box. This is actually raised up an inch or two to make it look bigger. And of course, we stuck Mickey up top there instead of sticking him next to it in a way that would have been much more economical for storing it on a shelf. Because, one, I could have put them together if they had been in the same type of box, because they could have stacked. And two, this just takes up a lot of extra space. So I'm going to pop these both back out of their boxes, and let's take a look at the castles next to each other and see if they really are the same sculpt with a different paint job. And here they are out of the box, and next to each other we have the Disneyland 65th anniversary and the Disney World 50th anniversary castles. And just for funsies, I also got out Lego Kit 40478, the Mini Disney Castle, which was being sold as part of the 50th anniversary celebration for Disney World, and I figured it'd be a decent comparison to see if these are really different molds or not. And looking at them, they are not exactly the same. This is, much like the real castle, a little bit taller. There's not generally a lot of differences between Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty castles, at least not to my eye. I've only ever seen the Cinderella Castle in pictures and in Lego form, but they are clearly based on the same design. There's not any massive differences in the way they're laid out here. This one's clearly a little bit taller. The cone has been lengthened out. There's a little bit more airspace between the bottom of that window and the parapet. And over here, not so much, as like no space at all. So this is probably based off of the exact same 3D design, just stretched out a little bit. But it is actually a different mold. A little bit taller here, it looks like. But they are basically the same design, kind of in the same way that all Funko Pops just kind of look the same. And compared to this, and assuming this is even an accurate comparison, yeah, there are things missing from this that are there. The fact we have the kind of square thing back there instead of a round one. We don't have this on here. And again, I don't know that this is necessarily a super accurate representation of Cinderella Castle either. But while looking at them in the box, you could believe they are in fact the same pop, but they are different. They're a little bit different. I mean, they kind of look the same in the same way that all Funko Pops kind of look the same, especially when dealing with kind of a plain human ones. But no, they are actually the same design, but they are technically different molds. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because again, you can see it's noticeably taller there. That's higher up from the wall than those are. It is noticeably a different pop based on the exact same design. So which one of these is more accurate to the real castles that I don't know. I will point out on the back of the mini Disney castle, the back is actually quite a bit different than this. And again, I don't know if this is an accurate representation of the back or not. I don't think we've ever seen pictures of the backside. But we don't have that extra little door over here. We have only 2 passageways instead of kind of a 3-arch one over here. And this whole back side here is not really properly represented. So the commenter was not totally off in saying this is still Cinderella or rather Sleeping Beauty Castle, but not 100% correct either in that they are not the exact same pop. So yeah, I thought, looking at the boxes for it to come out, that yes, they were going to be the same. It was just the boxing that made them look different. And of course, the color schemes. But no, there are some technical differences between the two. So you could actually argue either way, because it clearly is based on the same design, but it also clearly is not exactly the same. Because again, this one is noticeably taller. Are the bases the same? Yeah, they're the same size at the bottom. Oh, this one's also got squared. No, it's that way. It's just I have them opposite to each other. I was going to say that was different, but yeah, that's because that's that. So yeah, it is the same basic original 3D design, but it has been altered to make it more of the Cinderella and not exactly the same as Sleeping Beauty. Well, there, that's settled now. They are the same design, but they are not exactly the same mold. So I said we had one new thing this week. Let's take a look at that. And our new thing this week is actually my wife's, and it is a new set of Minnie Mouse Ears that just came in this past week. So they can get it open without destroying the bag too badly. As you might be able to guess by the design of it through the bag, these are the Lunar New Year ears for 2022, which is Year of the Tiger, I believe. So let's get this unfurled and get it out and take a look at it. Someone saw these and she decided she wanted to have them. We don't generally do a lot of the Lunar New Year stuff. Like, I think the Lunar New Year sets from Lego look really cool, but I don't celebrate or observe the Lunar New Year, so I haven't bought them unless I have nowhere to put them. These were, let's see, $29.99. I don't know if they're still available or not. We ordered them a couple weeks ago. They actually got delayed in shipping. They should have been here actually last week. But apparently there was a train derailment somewhere along the way, and they got delayed because of that. Apparently they weren't on that train derailment. The box came in just fine, and of course they were in a box. We have this nice little, I guess Chinese influenced design here. We've got some flowers, got this neat little bangly pom-pom here. Little poof. It's got the kind of velvety lining on the headband, which I guess probably sticks to your hair better. And of course the ubiquitous CVS receipt tag. The back's kind of plain. Just some little flowers there. No writing, no year of the tiger, I guess, because they can maybe resell it again next year as another Lunar New Year item. If they don't put any actual years on it, who knows? I wouldn't put it past them doing that. I mean, it would make economical sense, right? And it came with something I thought we were done with, but nope. Eternals keys. Yes, the Eternals keys, at least as of when we ordered this, were available again. So now we have another one. I think it gives us like 8 or 9 of them now. So yay. But also worth looking at on here is the big sequiny bow. Very sparkly. Light catches it quite nicely. Will these ever be worn? Probably not. They'll go up, well, they'll probably go into storage for a while and maybe eventually end up on a wall. I don't know. But my wife liked them. They're cute. And now we have them in the collection. And that is going to wrap it up for this week's episode. We have confirmed that these are both the same castle and not quite the same castle. And we've looked at some lovely Minnie Mouse ears. Only thing I want to talk about is the Mickey Mouse The Main Attraction sequel to Minnie Mouse The Main Attraction, which still hasn't got a start date announced for it, but they have released some pictures of it. And if you remember a few weeks back, I predicted that there would be a key involved in each set. And you know what? There's going to be a key for each set. So I was right on that one. I mean, that didn't take a genius to figure out. I'm sure other people predicted that as well, because, I mean, they've been doing keys for everything last year. Why would they stop now? And it's interesting that, we're halfway through, well, 2 2/3 of the way through the month now, and we still don't have a start date for Main Street Mickey. And that's not terribly surprising because they didn't say it was going to be a monthly series. They said it was going to be a continuity collection. And I believe they still haven't actually finished with Stitch Crashes Disney or the Disney Princess Castle series. So it would make sense to finish those before starting something new. Not that Shop Disney does anything that makes sense, but you know, that's what I would do. But then I probably wouldn't have done just a direct sequel to a previous series, even if it was one that did well. Looking at it, I think we're going to skip the ears, at least for Space Mountain. The Mickey looks nice. The pin's a little disappointing. I kind of thought it would be a 3-pack like the Minnie Mouse ones were, with one based on the plush, one based on maybe the ears, and then one based on the ride. Alternately, if not the ears, then a key one that would match the key, which I was right about there being. And now it looks like it's just going to be just a pin of Mickey. I'm guessing it'll cost as much as a 3-pack, but it's just going to be Mickey. And I'm still torn on this because the Mickey looks quality. However, this shows a complete level of creative bankruptcy on Shop Disney's part to just literally make a sequel series to one from 2 years ago. Just because the last one didn't do that well, it was partly because of supply issues and partly because they were butt ugly. No offense if you like them. If you like them, good on you. I thought they were all fairly hideous and was glad I didn't get the first one, so I didn't feel obliged to buy any of the others. Not that stopped me from spending way too much money on Shop Disney last year anyways, but there we are. Well, I hope you found any of this interesting or entertaining. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you think that the fact this is stretched out a bit is sufficient to call it a separate pop, and also sufficient to call it Cinderella Castle instead of Sleeping Beauty Castle, or if this is just kind of laziness and deception on the part of Disney and Funko. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.